Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a BMW X3, X4. I'm talking about generation F25, F26 from year 2010 to year 2018 guys. And if you need to do an oil change, stay with us. We'll explain how to change oil, what oil we recommend. It's amazing guys. It's actually green oil by Licky Moly. It's amazing stuff. We'll be using two additives, especially if you have a higher mileage BMW. I will definitely recommend one of them for sure, so make sure to stay until the end and we'll explain what we're talking about. Before we start, let me just tell you quick about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these absolutely free videos for you. And if you need to buy guys any parts, tools for a really good price and quick shipping, oil, filters, anything like that, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tool supplies from, and you can save quite a bit of money. So that's what we have here. It's actually an X4, but it's based on the X3 platform, so it will work the same. This one is the Xdrive35I. If you have the Xdrive35I, okay, it will be very close procedure with some minor differences such as oil capacity. So now, next step, we're going to remove the engine splash shield. You don't need to guys. Okay, we'll explain why later. You can just remove that cap to get to the oil drain plug. This cap with two screws right there. It's super easy to remove. That's between the engine splash shield and transmission splash shield. All we have to do is unscrew these two screws, remove it, and that's where the drain plug is located. But we'll remove the whole thing, okay, and we'll explain why in just a little bit. What do we need to do now? We need to go under the vehicle. Okay, we need to get under the vehicle, 10mm socket guys, and we need to start removing, okay, the engine cover there. So let's go ahead, do that now. The engine splash shield. Okay, perfect, one. Now we have one more in the other corner there. That's two. Okay. Now we need 8mm socket guys, and we need to start removing quite a few bolts, by the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Starting on the very front of the bumper here. One, that screw, two, three, four, five, six. Now on the back side. Okay, we need to do the transmission pan there, the transmission cover. We have a few more that we need to remove. 3 so far. Okay. Okay, these two, I think they need to be removed as well. Okay, that piece came out. Perfect. Okay, we have two in the middle here later. Okay, great. This one is coming out, and in the hole here, a 8mm, excuse me, in these two holes. Support it to make sure that it doesn't fall. Okay, we probably should have removed the whole transmission pan. Careful, dust and dirt will fall in your eyes. Okay, and the engine splash shield came out just like that. So let us show you guys. Now you didn't need to remove the engine splash shield at all. Okay, we removed it. First, we didn't know, to be honest with you. Second, we just bought the car used. I want to inspect everything, so I removed here so I can inspect for oil leaks and things like that. The only thing that you will need to remove to change the engine oil is that little bitty cap with only two screws that attaches to the transmission pan. Right there. That's the only thing guys. When you remove that one, okay, the oil drain plug is located right there. So you don't need to remove the big engine splash shield. Now, probably I will recommend it, and you wonder why? Due to the fact, guys, that you can inspect everything, make sure everything's still good, you don't have unexpected oil leaks and things like that. So, ignore that part if you don't need to do it. Just remove the little cover, and we'll proceed with the next step. So let's go ahead and show you now, guys, okay, where I'll come on the back side so I can access it. The drain plug is located right there, okay. you access it through the hole, and we'll just go ahead, okay, install these screws, okay, so it doesn't go anywhere and we don't get oil on it. Now what we'll need to do, just go ahead, okay, get the oil drain plug loose. Always wear gloves. Some people drain it hot, some people drain it cold. If it's cold, it will take longer. If it's hot, it comes out faster, but you can severely burn yourself. Wear eye protection as well, guys. It's going to be a mess. It will come out fast. Ours is semi-warm. I just drove it less than a mile. Okay. Perfect. I always it's pretty black. I said I bought the car used. It said the service was due 900 miles ago. So we're going to let it drain all the way. This is the oil drain plug. Always make sure that the ring, the copper ring, comes with it. Okay, it's not still stuck on the oil pan. And one thing about that one, guys, go ahead actually and replace it. It's recommended every time you do that. So we'll go ahead, let it drain, and we'll continue. So now the oil filter is located right here. There is a special wrench, guys. I loaned it to a friend of mine. Never got it back until I need it, then I think about it, but I'll buy another one. I'll put the link in the description of the video below where I will order one from and where I got my original one from. Go ahead and remove the oil filter while you're still draining the oil, because now when you remove the oil filter, okay, more oil will start draining, okay, in the oil pan. Check it out. It stopped draining a little bit ago and now it's draining more. So that way, okay, you gotta make sure that everything drains out and you don't leave old oil in your engine. Perfect. This is it, guys. Okay, right here, this is the old oil filter. Wipe a little bit here and there if you make a mess, so you can make sure that everything is clean. Now let's continue with the next step. So we're using original BMW filter we'll be replacing it with. I'll put the link in the description of the video below where it came from. Let me see what this one is. Is that original BMW or it's not? Okay, it's hard to tell. I think it is. Okay, I think it is, but I can tell. Now let's open the new filter first before we remove any seals. This is the filter right there. I'll put the link in the description of the video below. It comes with new seals, new drain plug fitting right there, the washer, and two seals for the oil filter here. And it's still draining a little bit due to the fact, guys, okay, you can see that we drained the oil filter and it's still making its way down the oil pan. So let it drain for about 10-15 minutes to make sure you get as much out as you can. Go ahead, remove the oil seal here. Careful not to break your housing. Okay, perfect. This one cracked. This one probably hasn't been replaced last time. It shouldn't be so fragile. It's really hard. It's like plastic. Watch the new one, how flexible it is. It's amazing. This one is practically done. The big one, replace it as well. Remember where exactly it goes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install that one now. Okay, perfect. I don't know where the last oil change was done. I don't know if it was from the owner or a dealership. I cannot confirm that because I don't have receipts. I don't even know when it was done. That's buying a used vehicle. Sometimes it's a gambling, guys. For instance, those at about 100,000 miles, they will develop sometimes bad control arm bushings, bad flex joint, the guibo as well. Okay, now this one, it's all the way in. That's what it looks like, made in Germany, guys. We're going to replace the oil drain plug washer as well because we got a new copper one, so it can seal correctly too. So the old one, we pull it out, we install a new one. Wipe underneath it good, guys, to make sure you don't have any contamination, dirt, sand, to make sure that it seals correctly. And we're just waiting for it to finish draining and we'll continue. So this is a torque wrench that we'll be using, guys. According to the manual, okay, this is a click type wrench. So when you hear a click, you set the torque, you hear a click when you're getting things tight. stop immediately. If you keep going, you're going to over torque it. We need to set ours at 25 Newton meters. 25 Newton meters. Always replace the washer, the copper washer on the drain plug as well. That's our old one right here. Okay, and now we put the new one. We're going to go ahead, install the drain plug now, and you're going to see, guys. Okay, perfect. And we'll get the torque wrench. Okay, and get it tight as well. So torque wrench is a click type wrench, so it's very important to not over torque it. Once you hear the click, stop immediately. Set at 25 Newton meters. We're getting the plug tight now. Okay, let me just come underneath to show you here. Okay, perfect. Just get it there now. Start it by hand until it's screwed all the way in. Then we'll continue. Okay, with the next step. Okay, perfect. Listen for that click now. That's it. Perfect. You need to stop at that point, or otherwise you can damage your oil pan. Now, we're then underneath. You can go ahead and install that little bitty cover with the 2 screws that you're supposed to remove. We removed our engine splash shield due to the fact that we guys will be doing more work. We need to replace a few control arms, tie rods, okay, things like that. So all that will be on the channel if you need help with it. Now, we can go ahead, grab the oil filter, apply oil to the seal, and we'll go ahead and get it tight. I recommend to do that only with the tool. It says 25 plus 5 Newton meters, I believe, on it. Always follow the instructions, okay, on your specific one. And once you get it tight, guys, okay, you will be ready to go. Okay, you just have a little bit of movement. We will be using the pliers. I would not recommend that. It's almost there. Okay, let me see if it's good. Okay, a little bit more. That's it, right there, perfect. Now, oil, guys, open the oil cap. If you guys have mucus deposit, I have driven it only short distance here, less than a mile for the last week every morning. It's super cold, by the way. If you have a lot of white stuff, covered white stuff, the cap, it means you have a bad PCV valve. Okay, the timing chain guides and all that stuff is right here. You can kind of like inspect it. We even have a camera, okay, the endoscope camera that we can show you with, guys. Okay, this is the endoscope camera. I'll recommend to once in a while inspect things between oil changes. I'll put the link in the description of the video below where you can buy it from. Yeah, you can go inside. Okay, and you can inspect the timing chain right here, the timing chain guides. Okay, all that stuff you can see right there. Inspect to make sure that everything's good, you don't have anything cracked. You can see the timing chain all the way to the bottom, to the crankshaft as well. The screen has a little bit of reflection from my camera, but you get the idea, guys. Okay, right there. Hopefully it's something you would consider, because the N20 engine, those are pretty good, N55 regarding timing chains, but N20s, early N20s used to actually fail the timing chain guides. We replaced 2 of them. We bought one with failed engine, we rebuilt it, and the other one at 70,000 miles failed, and one failed at 84. So we're ready to continue with the next step. So the oil capacity now, guys, okay, for that specific engine, N55 engine, it says 6.5 liters or 6.9 US quarts. One bottle is 5.3, practically 5.28. This is 5 liters. So we need to do 6.5 liters. That's if you replace the oil filter. Now we'll be using 2 additives. Okay, I'll be using, guys, Ceratec right here. What's Ceratec for? It's actually, guys, protection. Okay, protects up to 30,000 miles. You can see right here. and it extends service life, prevents metal-to-metal contact. It's high-tech ceramic wear protection for engines and manual transmissions. This engine will make your this additive will make your engine super quiet. It will make your engine super smooth, and it will save your engine, guys. You can see right here it says motor oil 10W40 with Ceratec compared to regular motor oil 1040, 75% reduction of friction, 34% reduction of wear, guys. Okay, now the next one, that BMW just passed 100,000 miles. It's 101,000 miles. Motor oil saver. BMWs, guys, okay, I love them, but they're known their gaskets to start fading at about 120,000 miles. You start developing minor oil leaks at first, oil filter housings, then valve covers, multiple places. So this thing, guys, okay, reduces oil consumption and actually makes your gaskets pliable again. It expands them a little bit, so you can prevent leaks as from that as well. So we're going to go ahead, okay, we're going to go ahead and put the oil now first, okay, then we're going to add the additives. So this one, we're going to add the whole, okay, the whole jug of 5 liters, and then we'll continue, okay, with the next step after that. You can see this engine oil is green, guys. It's amazing cover, by the way. When it's for change, it will not be green anymore. I guarantee you that. It meets the BMW specification. You can check right here. It's the Mulligan new generation full synthetic oil. I've been using that thing for over 3-4 years now, and I'm really happy. Okay, the vehicles perform correctly. We opened recently, I've been using it in a Porsche Cayenne the last 25,000 miles. Porsche Cayenne that has 191,000 miles. We had to put new valve cover gaskets. We removed them, guys, and what to tell you, the engine looked like new on the inside. And I fell in love with leaky moly additives. I did an engine flush additive, and you can check the video about leaky moly engine flush demonstrated on Porsche Cayenne, guys. Okay, it's amazing results, okay, for 190,000 mile engine. So this jug is almost empty, then we'll continue with the next one. Shake those additives really good, guys, because they can have sediment on the bottom. I'll recommend to leave a little bit of oil to add later, because you can add it in the bottles, so you can rinse them a little bit. Okay, it's about to come out perfect. Okay, it has that orangey cover, you will see in a second. So let's go ahead, add that one now. Perfect, we'll add it all the way. Great. We're going to add a little bit of oil and rinse it off, okay? And we'll add the other one after that too. So we added about almost a whole bottle. That's almost 300 grams of oil. We're going to go ahead, okay, we probably can even close the cap and shake it if we need to, okay, a little bit to make sure that we get all of it. You paid for it, guys, why not to use it all instead of wasting it and throwing it in the trash can. Okay, so that means we're at about 5.3 liters close of oil. Okay, perfect. We can actually add one more time. That will be about 5.5 liters plus the additive. That will be 5.8 liters of oil, guys. 5.8 liters of oil with one additive. We'll do the same thing for the other one, and that way we'll have about 6.5 liters. We'll have a video how to check the engine oil level as well. So okay, that's what we're doing next. Let's go ahead, close it one more time, just shake it again, give it a good shake, make sure all the particles come out, because sometimes when they stay on the shelf they can have like sediment on the bottom, so make sure it mixes good. Perfect. Now we're ready with the motor oil saver next additive. Let's go ahead, do that one too. Perfect, right there. All right. This one, let's see what it looks like. It's a little bit thicker, guys. Greenish in color, again, greenish yellow. So right now we're at 6.1 liters of liquids. We're going to add, this additive can is 300, so we're going to add about between 250 and 300. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's right on the top, guys, with the belly on top. Okay, and now we're going to close it, give it again a shake, guys. Again, you paid for it, right? Why to waste it? All right, perfect. And just empty the rest. So that makes us about 6.3 to 6. Okay, it will be 5.8, 6.1. This is okay. We need to add about 200 millimeters because we're at about 6.364 now. So let's go ahead, do that. Perfect. Right on the spot. All right. 2 additives added, engine oil added. We should be at around 6.5, 6.6 liters. We're going to close the cap, okay, and then we can continue, okay, with the next step and show you what we need to do. 3 things to remember now. Make sure the oil drain plug is installed and tight, oil filter is installed and tight, oil cap is installed and tight. Otherwise, okay, you can severely damage your engine. So for the next step, we need to open the garage. Never start the car with the garage door closed. I'll even recommend to do that outside the next procedure. What you need to do, guys, after the oil change, okay, you need to come inside. If you want to see how to reset the service due, by the way, we have a video on the channel when you start the car, and if yours is in red and it says service due and you have negative numbers, we have a video that explains how to reset it. But now once you change the oil, you go ahead, start the car. Keep eye for oil pressure light or message that says low oil pressure. Okay, you need to keep eye on that. And now if you go to the menu here, okay, and select vehicle setting, vehicle info, here you're going to select vehicle status, okay, and engine oil level or measure oil level. To measure the oil level, guys, okay, it's not possible because the car, the engine oil is not at operating temperature. And just keep eye on the to make sure that the oil light doesn't come on. And if you want to see how to check the oil level step by step, we have the video on the channel. Once you start the car, let it run for a little bit. Always check for leaks. Make sure the oil drain plug is tight, oil filter again, and the oil cap was installed. If you need to add more oil later after you check it, you need to do that. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching. See you next time.